Hey y'all, hey, what's up? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome in. If you've been here before, welcome back. How you doing? Token on some CBD because it's just that day. The energy is live and hype. It's heavy on the purge, heavy on the cleaning, heavy on the... It's more of a purification. And I feel like, you know how we historically spring clean? I'm not going to get into the history of that, y'all, but it has a lot. We have been spring cleaning since forever, okay? There is a whole ancient Roman festival around spring cleaning, February, because that's when this energy hits. So this energy that I think a lot of us are experiencing, a clean up, clean out, purify, that's legit. That's just what it is, okay? When the Christians came and took over, they didn't have a they didn't have a saint to override Februaria, so they just like kind of shoved it under the rug. But no, I mean, this is what it is. So you can call it spring cleaning, you can call it what you want to, but the energy is asking you to purge, clear out, etc., etc., etc. Yes, my shirt says big pussy energy because that's what it is out here. Y'all already know. I'm going to get some runes, but they want me to tell y'all a story. I do not know why I'm telling this story, but they were very clear as I was preparing for this recording. Tell them this story. Okay, so I'm going to tell you all a story. All right, so when I was younger, my mom used to always get her nails done. She was just like kind of a lady. My mom's a Libra, so you know, she gonna make it look good. She gonna look good. She gonna look, if Libra don't do nothing else, they gonna look good, okay? So she had this one woman, and I grew up in Atlanta. So the story I'm about to tell you is significant. She had this one woman in the whole city. That was the only woman allowed to do her nails. Dula Phillips. I know the woman name 40-something years later, okay? Why do I know Dula Phillips' name? Because my mom went on and on and on about Dula Phillips, the only woman who can touch her nails, the only woman who can do her nails. Now, my family, myself, my mom, we grow long, beautiful nails. We just do. And so she felt like Dula was the only woman, the only manicurist who could take care of her natural nails. And she kept making a big deal about it because Dula was American. I know. Y'all already know I'm multi-ethnic. I celebrate all the things. Y'all already know, but just listen to the story because they want me to tell you for some reason, okay? So Dula was the woman because Dula was American. And Dula could do her natural nails. And Dula this and Dula that. Well, as a kid, you know, you're like, okay, ma, okay, ma, okay, ma, okay, ma. So that's really how it was. Now, when I got older and I myself began to go get my nails done, you know, I grew long, beautiful nails. I thought, I'm going to go get my nails done. I had this experience of like, good look, by the time I started getting my nails done, Dula was gone. Okay. It wasn't really nobody American, as my mom would say, doing nails out in the ATL. And then I moved from Georgia to North Carolina to go to school. There wasn't nobody American, in the words of my mom, y'all already know, doing nails in Raleigh-Durham. At that time, I don't know about right now. I haven't lived in Raleigh-Durham in a minute. So, you know, like any other woman, I just went to the nail salon and got my nails done. This went on for years. Decades. Okay, let's keep it real. Decades, okay? And this just was what it was. Now, I will tell you, it was when I got to Asheville. What year was that? 2019. I got to Asheville 2 years earlier, but I had a kid. I came to Asheville with a kid, then I had another baby in Asheville. So I didn't make it out to the salons until 2019. And then I just had one bad experience after the other. Like, I mean, the worst experiences you can imagine in a nail salon, I had them. I'm not going to go into all of them, but I will say one nail salon, and it was supposed to be the best because I got recommendations. The best nail salon in the city. I roll up, I sign in, I sit down and wait, and I literally watched them serve everybody except for me. I sat there for 45 minutes before I caught on, and I got up and walked out. Nobody said anything when I walked in. Nobody said anything when I walked out. Okay. Then I was like, okay, well, that was lame, you know, and I got to get back to my kids because I just had a baby. But I started looking for another nail spot. And I ended up finding one over in, what's that little town called? Arden. Arden is outside of Asheville, suburb of Asheville, and to this day I still love those ladies. I have my own. I have my manicurist at that nail salon. Okay, that's where my manicurist is at the nail salon in Arden, North Carolina. That's my boo. That's my girl. Okay, but y'all, I had an experience where I went to this other spot in Asheville. Again, it's supposed to be the new nail bar, you know, the hot thing. Now let's keep it real. When I get my nails done, I get a full set, get a spa pedicure, I get things waxed. By the time I tip, I'm not walking out of there for less than $200. I'm not. This particular instance that I'm sharing with you about, I took a friend. She'd never been to nail salon and she was older than me, and I was like, boo, you got to go. Come on, let me treat you, my treat. So we looking at $350. By the time she get her nails, her toes done, she didn't want nothing waxed. She just want, you know, regular stuff. And I tip for her too, right? We looking at $350. When I tell you that the person doing my pedicure was throwing my feet around, pulling on me, like, and I was like, wow, this is intense. And I finally said, are you okay? Dude looked at me like, what the fuck is your problem? Yeah, I'm fine. And I was like, ugh. Now, it was so bad that all the other women they were all uncomfortable with how I was being treated. Now, that should tell you something. They were sitting there getting beautiful experiences, but they were uncomfortable with the experience I was having in their midst. Because here's one thing we were all clear about. I was going to still pay the same price they was all paying for not the same service. So anyway, I said after that, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to, no. And after that, it was 2020 anyway. So it really wasn't any going out to the nail salons. I started ordering like really high-end press-on nails because it's 2020. You can't go nowhere anyway. And then I got tired of press-on nails and I was like, okay, I'm going to figure out how to do my nail stuff myself. So I got on Amazon like a lot of people did, and I became like an at-home nail tech for my own nails. Okay. I don't know why this is significant, but it is. So just bear with me. So now I started with polygel. Then I went to SNS. I was doing all this stuff at home, like figuring it out, spending, you know how much money that stuff costs on Amazon. It doesn't matter though, because at least if I make a mistake, it's on me, and there's nobody treating me like I'm dirt, even though I'm paying them actual money. Okay. So now fast forward is 2023. And I'm on vacation with my kids. Okay, I'm in this little vacation town in Georgia, in the Blue Ridge. And a friend of mine is a doctor in Dahlonega. If y'all know Georgia, North Georgia, y'all already know these spots. So she's like, oh, you in Blue Ridge? I'm in Dahlonega, girl, let's meet up. And I'm like, okay, I need to get my nails done. And I didn't bring my stuff with me to the vacation spot. So I'm just going to pick a little spot. The first spot somebody already chuckling. Y'all already know me trying to get my nails done up in North Georgia. But anyway, I wanted to give it a go. So I went to the first spot and the lady was real quick like, oh, no. We don't, first, because it's me and my friend, right? So she goes, well, who wants their nails done? I say me. She goes, oh, well, we're appointment only. Okay. So I go, okay, walk out. My friend looks at me. She goes, no, you know that was weird, right? I said, shh, don't do it, baby. Don't do it. My friend is an Aquarius. So she may be a doctor. She may be one of them big, fluffy, pretty white girls, but she's an Aquarius. So she tapped the fuck in and she know what the fuck time it is. Okay. So she's like, that was weird. I'm like, don't say nothing. Just keep going. So we find another spot and the woman's like, oh yeah, we call ahead. Is this a point? No, come in, walk in. So we walk in. The woman's like, okay, who's getting their nails done? I say me. She says, okay, now mind you, these are my nails. I told y'all I like to grow out my own nails. My nails. So she says, what do you want to do? I said, well, I just want you to take off this gel overlay. These are my nails, and put a fresh gel overlay on it. Okay. I'm on vacation. I didn't bring my own gear. I just need to take this gel off, put new gel overlay on my nails. That's what I said. Now y'all understood what the hell I just said. I can tell you understood what I just said. She said, okay. I sit down in the chair. She said, you're going to get a pedicure too? I said, no, I don't have time today. My friend sits next to me. And so, we start talking. The woman starts doing my nails. Y'all, I swear to God, she sat there and cut all my nails off. Just snip, 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 snip. Like, and I was like, wait, what are you doing? And she goes, ha, 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 too long for you. I am doing this on purpose. If you're offended, get the fuck off my channel, okay? Too long. She looks past me at my friend and says, too long, right? My friend goes, but she wanted the gel overlay. So my friend repeated what I said. She wanted the gel overlay. The woman goes, too long. She then proceeds to size me up for tips, okay? Acrylic tips that are going to be the same length as my nails that she just cut off of my body. I'm telling you the truth, okay? I know how it sounds, but this is what happened. So at this point, my friend, the Aquarius, y'all know how, if you know an Aquarius, if you are an Aquarius, y'all already know, she trying to figure out what the fuck she looking at this point. She's like, what is going on? I'm like, girl, welcome to my goddamn, this what the fuck shit I be living in every goddamn day in this motherfucking country. I swear to fucking God, this shit is crazy, okay? So she's sizing me up for tips the same length of my nails that she just cut off, okay? And then she says, okay, you want a color? I said, and in my mind, I'm like, yeah, but you're not gonna listen to me, right? So I said, yeah, I want this color. And I pointed at the color. No good for you. I swear to God, she proceeded to pick out the color she wanted for my nails and put them on my nails. She then got done. And here's what's wild. Me and my friend at this point, y'all, I can be real fucking reckless with my mouth. Real reckless, in case you can't tell. So at this point, I'm like, fuck it. I might as well say what the fuck I want to, because this bitch gonna do what the fuck she feel like, all right? If you don't give a goddamn, we don't give a fuck. I'm from Atlanta, and that's how we get down. That's the Atlanta mantra. If you don't know, if you don't give a goddamn, we don't give a fuck. That's how we get down, okay? So I'm like, well, fuck it. So I started talking about this bitch to her fucking face. I'm turning to my friend. I'm like, okay, this bitch ain't listening to me at all. Doesn't matter what I say. And my friend is like, no, I don't know if I would say it's a language thing, but she seems to be, she's speaking English to me, okay? I mean, we're literally having this conversation right here, right? Woman gets done with my nails and she's like, oh, so good. She looks at the nail set she chose for me, the length, the shape, the color. None of it is what I asked for. Every single thing she did was what she thought I needed. She then turns to my friend and says, what do you think? What you think? My friend, I think that's not what she asked for. That's what she said. I think that's not what she asked for. The woman said, okay. But wait, it gets better. So then she's like, okay, anything else? I go, oh, hell no, I get to get the fuck up out of here. So she goes to the register. You know how they do, okay, this is going to be the amount. She passes the ticket to my friend. I take it right out of her hand, pull it to me, open my purse, pull out my wallet with my card, give it to her, and I say, here it is. The look on this bitch's face. She was actually confused. Like, why was I paying for my own nails? That's when she finally got nervous. That's when she got nervous. I have never not tipped anybody in my life. I used to wait tables. I've never not tipped. That old dude in Asheville who was throwing my feet around, I gave that motherfucker a tip. This bitch, she didn't get motherfucking shit from me. Okay? No, she did not. I paid for the services. I left. And I left her with her mouth hanging open trying to figure out where the fuck she had gone wrong. Now, you listening to the story, you tell me where the fuck she went wrong. We got out. We got out the store. We got sat in the car. And my friend sat there for a moment. And she said, and this is what she said with a catch in her throat and tears in her eyes. She said, on behalf of every white person in this country, I want to apologize for how you're treated. There is no excuse for what we just experienced. And the only thing I can think of as a white woman that makes sense is because you're black. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I held her hand, let her finish crying, because shit, this is my fucking every day. Let her cry through it. And I said, well, thank you for that. I mean, I appreciate you being a real one. Let's go. I mean, you want to go get a drink? Because that's about what we can do now. Let's go get a drink. Let's go get a whiskey, girl. because I got these ugly ass nails on. Okay, so I don't know why they wanted me to share that story with y'all, but I shared it with y'all. So no, I don't go to the nail salon. I don't want to pay 2-3 bills for somebody to be a complete fucking jackass to me and then be surprised when I pay my own fucking bills. What the fuck? Okay. Anyway, y'all, let's keep it with authorize for protection. I don't know why they said share that story, but they're like, share the story. Now, these, this is necessity. So I maybe somebody out there, maybe you dealing with something where you feel like you're not being treated the same, you're not being treated for, I don't know. I really don't know who watches this, okay? I don't know. Maybe you're a nail tech and you've been out here treating people some kind of way and you need to stop. I don't know. What I do now though is I buy Gel X nails from Amazon and I create my own sets. And if I get tired of making my own sets, I'll pop on Etsy and I buy custom sets from Etsy, because what the fuck are you talking about? Algaes, that's more protection. That's a lot of protection. It was a relationship. Man ass. Now a whole relationship. So a relationship needs protecting? What? Huh? Didn't we already do this? No, a relationship was being hidden. It was in the shadows as protection. That's what it is. This is something. This is like yeah. There is something there's a relationship between two people that has been hidden. Like nobody knows about it. But that's because it needed to be hidden. It needed to be protected. There's something about these two people coming together. I feel like I keep channeling this, but I will sometimes, listen, readings are timeless, okay? So you take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But sometimes people don't quite get the memo or something, so spirit repeats the message, okay? The theme is death. I'm here for it. I love a transformation. Let me get one more theme. I know it's a crazy story. I know, child. I know. But that's just getting my nails done. Y'all don't want to. Some of the stories I have, you'd be like, what? Yeah, they don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. The Fool. So a new beginning after this is beautiful. I love it. So something changes, and then there's a fresh start. Freedom and wonder is on its way. Take a chance. Have faith to open the door to an exciting new adventure. I was looking at. So my rising sign is Gemini. That means my descendant is Sagittarius. I was looking at my my Sag placements earlier today. You know, Sag is all about adventure. But oh my goodness. What else y'all want me to talk about? Oh, I was sitting with my spirit guides last night. Like literally, we was all sitting around the living room together. Legs crossed, drinking tea. They have a lot to say. We're not going to get into it today, but speaking of Holy Spirit, archangels, ancestors, spirit guides, those who walk with me every day, thank you for protecting me as I channel messages for my tribe, for showing me what I need to see and telling me what I need to know as I support the tribe as we live, learn, thrive, and grow. As above, so below, and so it is because it is so. Can I get jumpers, please? Watchers, transpersonal. This is about actually observing instead of trying to jump in and participate. Number 6. And watching something take shape. Interesting. Intention, 22. Well, sometimes we say, well, I don't know if we say it, but I will say, Energy grows where attention flows, or energy flows where attention goes. Bottom line is, when you pay attention to something, you put your energy into it, and that's when you see movement. Attention is different than intention. You can pay attention to something, but not intentionally. Intention is required to have sustainable growth. You've got to, if you're not intentional with something, it will by default fall off, fall away, dissolve. That's the nature of flow itself. That's the nature of existence of the universe itself. Because the universe is constantly fluctuating in flux, whether it's wave or particle form between growth and decay, creation and destruction. If you do not build with intention, you will experience decay and destruction before you're ready. Facts. Commitment 36:9. So I mean, I feel like commitment is, I feel like the card, everything is pretty straightforward. There's not, I mean, I don't have to, y'all know what that is, don't you? I mean, don't you know? Y'all know what that is. Oh, shit. I will tell you that whatever this relationship is that was built in the dark is about to come to light. It's pop out energy, like, I don't know. Like, come springtime, two people going to show up on the scene together, and people will be like, wait a minute, how y'all? But no, I mean, they've been together this whole time. It's just nobody knew it. That's what it looked like out here. That's what it looks like. Speaking of likes, if you haven't already, hit the like button. Okay? Because readings, well, this reading is free. The exchange is hit the like button. It's super simple. When you like the video, it allows me to show up in, like, on other places in YouTube, and so I can get these messages out to more people. So think of it as an exchange for the content. It's just a like. It's just pushing a button. And only subscribe if you like the vibe, for real. Because I read the energy for whoever has subscribed. So if you resonate and you like the vibe, that's when you subscribe. Okay? And then if you really get down, turn on your post notifications. That way, when you log on to YouTube, I show up in your feed. If you don't see me in your feed, it's likely that you don't have your post notifications on, or that you haven't liked any of the videos. Just so you know, that's how it works. Parvati devotion. I love this story. Do y'all know Parvati's story with Shiva? I'm not going to go into it, but it's another number 6. I'll give you the Cliff Notes version. Parvati knew she was Shiva's divine feminine. Shiva knew it too. But Parvati approached Shiva on some, we're meant to be together, let's do it. And Shiva was like, no, I'm not really feeling that. I'm busy meditating. And what are you going to do as Shiva? What are you going to do? Don't piss him off. He's the great destroyer. Just saying. So Parvati was like, damn. You know, maybe he didn't hear me. So she went back like, hey, no, for real. Like, we're together. It's me and you, boo. Divine union out here. And she was like, yeah, I'm meditating. So Parvati said, fuck it. I'm not going nowhere. I mean, I know this is my person. So she tapped into wisdom, that divine feminine wisdom. And she said, you know what? My divine masculine is really focused intentionally on meditating. I'm going to meditate. And so she took her attention off of Shiva and she began to meditate. She began to create her own meditation practice, her own rituals around meditating. And it's said that one day Shiva came to her and she was meditating. And so he sat down beside her and he began meditating too. And there came a time when she opened her eyes and looked, and he opened his eyes and looked, and they were right next to each other. And they've been in lockstep ever since. That's how the story goes, right? But there's something about this here. This is heavy. This is heavy on divine union energy. I'm not gonna lie. We got it in the runes. We got commitment, intention, watchers out here at Parvati. This is a divine union. This is a divine masculine, divine feminine coming together reading. Let me get one of these, please. No, that's I only want one. I only need one. Let me get another one. Number 34. Okay, so something's about to something's about to take place. There's a gathering of some sort. That's in the background though. There's a reason why this union needed to be protected. And whatever that's about, it's still present. So there's some type of support coming in to help solidify this union. I'm hearing these are dangerous times for divine unions. Okay. Crystal skull wisdom, clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy. I feel like that's the leg up. There's some type of clarity and divine healing that's taking place that is helping this situation. I'm just gonna sling some cards. Okay, let me get, you want that tarot? All right. I feel like I've been picking up on this couple for a minute here. There's something about the two of them together that creates like a ripple effect or a shockwave in the spiritual world. So there's been a lot of spiritual warfare around this couple, like this not wanting, like really evil forces not wanting this couple to be together. It's like when this couple comes together, it's going to create some type of freedom, but in the spirit realm. So y'all know there are souls, y'all might not know, but there are souls that are bound, that are trapped, you know, whether it's due to contracts or karma, it doesn't matter. But there's something about when these two people actually come together and solidify their union, it's like a key forms and locks are broken and souls are set free. And so yeah, there's some evil powers that are not with this shit. King of Wands. They're not trying to, they don't want to let go of these souls. So they're doing everything they can on this side, the moon, to keep this couple apart. What about this King of Wands and the moon? Are they hiding something? Something's hitting the High Priestess. Lord have mercy. But justice, good Lord. What the hell are we doing? Huh? Wait, we just started. Like, what else? Slow down. I just got here. And so a King of Wands, a moon, High Priestess, and Justice. God, that's a hell of a lineup. What's up with this moon, though? What about it? Three of Wands. Somebody couldn't see, this King of Wands couldn't see the High Priestess. Tell me more. King of Swords. What's up with this Justice? God damn, the Fool. Shit. Give me this King of Swords. The Hierophant. Ace of Swords on the High Priestess. And this is my King of Wands. The Knight of Wands. That is crazy right here. It's a fun house mirror effect that's going on. I'm smelling spell work. I'm smelling witchcraft in these cards. It's in the background though. It's somebody doesn't want it to be known that they were influencing this situation with magic, but they were. There's some. The idea was this. The whole point of the magic was so that the high priestess wasn't seen as a high priestess. It's reminding me of American Gods. What was her name? I forgot, but it's reminding me of American Gods. Okay. I've only read the book. I haven't seen the series. But in the book, there's this part where, y'all, I forget all the characters' names now because it's been some years since I read the book. But the main character goes to a woman who is she's a sex worker, but that's her disguise. She's actually a goddess. She's actually a deity. It's American Gods, y'all. But in this realm, she's a sex worker. And there's a way that she be with her clients. Anyway, that's kind of what this is giving. It's giving like somebody wanted this high priestess to occur as a sex object, not a high priestess. What's up with this shit? But the truth is out. The Ace of Swords out here, now the Ace of Coins. The truth is out. Now this high priestess is being seen as a blessing. There it is. So it's like at first, ooh, yeah. The devil. It's like at first, there's a confusion spell out here. There's somebody here that's insecure and codependent. And they felt like they were losing something. So they put out a confusion spell so that nobody would look the way they are, including themselves. So they want it to look more powerful and put together than they are. They wanted the high priestess to look like less than what she was. And they wanted this King of Wands to behave in a way that was beneath them. Okay, that type of shit was done. This Banecraft is what I'm hearing. That type of Banecraft is very nasty work. So it didn't work though. That's what I mean by like the crazy funhouse mirrors. Like nobody was looking the way they really are because of this spell work. But then this came through. This is remember I said this is the leg up. This the leg up that came through. The clarity, divine healing, high vibrational energy, that's what came through. So now the high priestess is being seen as a blessing because the high priestess is a blessing. The king of wands can be a king of wands instead of a knight of wands. And the king of swords, who's really not a hierophant, but really is the devil, can be seen as the devil. Now this creates the opportunity to not only balance the situation, have things be as they are, but also for something new to take place. The star. Yeah. Yeah, because this King of Wands didn't know. It's like because the high priestess looks like something else, the King of Wands didn't. The King of Wands was looking for a star. The high priestess is a star. But with this janky confusion spell out here, the high priestess didn't look like a star. So the King of Wands kept thinking that they weren't finding what they were looking for, but they really had found what they were looking for. This shit been backwards as fuck. So now this King of Wands, Six of Coins, wants to actually show up and give to the high priestess like they're a star. Oh, Lord. I don't know how anybody... You had to have a leg up on this shit, because this is crazy. Transmuting the energy. If you don't know, when I yawn, I'm transmuting energy. Four of Cups. That's the thing. Yeah. Eight of Swords. This devil energy was trying to hold on for dear life. So they were throwing all types of illusions and lies out there to try to keep something that didn't belong to them. But because this person, this energy is codependent, it's like when you deal with codependency, you feel like if you don't have a main person, you don't exist. That is really intense, okay? So this person who's in this devil energy, for them, they're fighting for their life. It's not an exaggeration for them, okay? So they really are out here. Look, 4 wands at the bottom of the deck. They out here like literally over their dead body. Can somebody walk away from them because it means the end of them. Something else on it, please. 5 of Swords, Page of Coins. Yeah. They really were like stop at nothing to block this opportunity from coming up. And the opportunity is this King of Wands and this High Priestess being together. I'm telling you, it's this divine union where when these two get together, the heavens will shake and the earth will move. The devil don't want no parts of that. Not interested in it. The devil's a fuck no to it, as a matter of fact. Good thing around here, we don't care what the devil feels like or think. We just don't. 6 of Cups. Yeah, this was like... This is interesting. Both the King of Wands and the King of Swords, who's in devil energy, are past life partners of this High Priestess. It's like one represents one path, the other represents another path, and the High Priestess had to choose which path. Well, this King of Swords devil energy wasn't playing fair. They weren't about to have no choice out here. What choice? There's nothing, there's only me. That's when they're trying to as this King of Swords devil's trying, there's only me. There's no choice. What do you mean? There's no King of Wands anywhere. What are you talking about? There's a Knight of Wands. Nobody wants a Knight of Wands. There's no King of Wands, so that's what they was doing. But this is, I feel like there's something about this that's already done. Something about this is past tense, and now it's time to actually celebrate. So if this reading is for you, this is the recent past I'm hearing. Tell me something else. And this King of Wands now wants to celebrate by like coming together and sharing something with you. There's the Death card. Well, that's it. I mean, that's the reading. Shit. I'm not going to drag it out. That's the reading. You heard what I said. I didn't stutter. I'm not going to repeat nothing either. That's it. I hope it brought you clarity and confirmation, because that's the whole point of me reading this tarot for you. Turn on your post notifications again, so next time I drop a reading, it will show up in your feed. If you haven't already, hit the like button. If this resonated with you, if this was your message, drop me a black heart in the comments. You know how we do, tribe. In the meantime, the reading is timeless. Take what resonates with you, leave the rest behind for the next person, and in between now and the next time I drop a reading, trust your path, your process, and your purpose. Peace.